under promise. They say under promise, over deliver. That's what I like to say. Kind of sets you up to exceed expectation, all that good stuff. Bro. It's good.
Hey, everybody.
What up? What up?
How's that, guys? We got the good mic again. Is that working?
Yes, sir. Sure is.
All right, cool.
What's up, Xander? How you been, man?
I've been good. How about yourself?
Oh, man, can't complain.
Love to hear it.
Still up in New York?
Yeah, unfortunately, it's getting cold up here now.
Yeah, we got snow on the ground from this morning. We got like 3 inches.
Luckily, we don't have snow. We're expecting some tomorrow, though.
It's not that bad, though.
Not yet, at least for us.
Yeah.
Just cold and wet.
Exactly.
Did you see the car that Michael's getting?
I saw that.
You see the one that I'm getting?
Yeah. Crazy.
Oh, man, I'm going to fly to Florida in it.
Futurama car.
Yeah, right. All right, guys. Well, we got quite a bit of time, so let's do some Q&A. We'll do some deal help. If you guys want to cover a topic, I'm totally down to throw that in the mix. I don't know if anybody missed the Zoom that we did Tuesday when I brought up the new partnership program. So real quick, if any of you guys are interested, if you haven't heard the pitch, if you guys are looking to work with me, you'll see there's different levels. I'm going to put the link in the chat for you guys, but you could bring a contract and I bring the buyer. You can have me check your numbers, and this is a way for me to be able to help you guys outside of these Zooms. Or you can go to the craziest level. You can make the initial phone call, generate the lead, throw it to me, and I'll do the whole thing, and you can just watch and learn from that. So I'll negotiate the deal, contract it, and run it to the finish line. And so it's a way for you guys that don't really have a whole lot of time, or even if you do, just collapse in the timeline. And I think like Mike said the other day, being able to earn while you learn, which is really cool. I'm going to put the link in the chat, so if you guys have stuff to submit, you guys can do that. I think somebody submitted a lead yesterday, and then one came in today. If you guys didn't hear from me, I'm gonna look at those today after this Zoom, and then you guys will hear from me. But for the most part, you guys should. I'll be getting in contact with you guys same day. Alrighty. Before we do some deals, anybody have any questions? Any general questions? Now would be the time.
I have one, Eric. So I pulled up a handful of deals yesterday on. I typed in seller financing, and it gave me deals that were failing because of financing that wasn't approved. They had to put the deal back on the market. And I remember you breaking down some deals that involved the seller getting cash in their pockets to move on to the next home. But I don't know how to explain that part to the agent, where we can tell them, yeah, we can actually give you money.
Run back the situation. So these were homes that were on market. They flopped because they couldn't get financing, and then you did a Zillow search for seller finance.
I seller finance search, and then it pulled up those deals.
Right. All right. And so they're open to doing seller finance, but the potential hang up is what now? Them needing money to move?
Well, for this deal, the couple needs to move next week to Kentucky, and they need cash. And I remember you breaking down a deal where you had money in their pocket up front instead of waiting for it in the back end. I don't know how to explain that to the agent.
And what do you mean when you say back end? Just so
or to wait for the money, I guess, or hold note. They rather have a big chunk of money going towards the next home. I don't know how to explain.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm with you. So really, like, you know, with the seller in that situation, what it's going to boil down to is determining how much money do they actually need to move, right? So like, hey, you know, I can help you out. I can get you some money, and you guys can move in the next week like you guys want. But you know, it's going to depend on how much you guys actually want. And so, what I'll give you an idea. So, what's the purchase price, or what is that property valued at, just roughly?
Let's see, where is it again? 580.
580. Okay. And then what market is that in? What city?
Far West, Utah.
Is it? What's that area like? Is it dense or pretty rural?
Yeah, it's pretty much the market's like that. Between 500 to 600.
Okay. All right. So that's good. I would say if they need money within like 2 weeks, then you're probably going to be stuck around 20. You're probably finding 20 grand should be relatively easy. 30 is going to turn into a swing. So really, like, what it comes down to is, like, I guess your play is, right, buy it subject to the debt, cash them out of their equity. Is that the case? Or what do you want to do on this, wholesale or creative finance?
Creative finance.
Yeah. So
I'm trying to help them see that they can have creative finance and also have cash in their pocket.
yeah. All right. So here, let me try and simplify this. So it doesn't matter if a deal is subject to or seller finance. That really doesn't matter at all. You know, on paper, that's going to break out the numbers, how the numbers lie. You know, what's going to the seller finance payment, what's going to the loan. But none of that really matters in the negotiations. So, like, as long as they're open to seller finance, cool. We don't sub to seller finance hybrid. That doesn't matter right now. So they're open to the general concept. Now all we got to do is figure out how much money do they actually need. We know that we really want to be at like 10 to 20,000. That would be a sweet place to be. And we could swing the bat at 30. So 30,000 is kind of the most that we could offer this person. So like the conversation, I don't know if you guys saw my TikTok, but this is like the exact same thing. You know, little equity. I want as much as possible. I hit her for $5,000 and she was cool with that. But like this person, if they got a little more equity, you could ask them, just like I did in that video, you know, how much do you want to walk away with in your pocket? Sometimes you'll get surprised. I like to start by asking how much they want in their pocket before I spit out my number, because sometimes you'll just be surprised, you know, by their response. They might be like, I don't even care. I'm just happy to walk away, you know, from the property. Or, you know, maybe I'm thinking this person's going to want 30 G's to move, but in their head, they're thinking 10. And I ask them that and they're like, yeah, you know, if I can get 10, that'd be enough. Like, yeah, perfect. So ask them what they want. If it's you know, if it's below 30, then just go for it. Or, you know, maybe try and negotiate. If they're like, I need 20, could you do 15? I'll give you the other 5 on payments. You know, so whatever they say, try and negotiate it. If it's a big gap, if they're like, yo, I need 60,000 or more, you know, whatever. If it's more than the 30 by a lot, then you can kind of just like cut to it. Like, to be honest with you, the most I could do to make sense of this as an investment would be 30 grand. But even that's kind of a stretch. So that's literally what these numbers are for your deal. I would ask them how much they want in their pocket to walk away with. If that's crazy, then, you know, can you go any lower? And then eventually you're just gonna have to spit out your number. Hey, I got to be at 20,000 at most, or 30,000 at most out of pocket, cash up front. But I could do the remaining balance. I could do that on payments. So I give you 20 today, ideally. And then I give you X amount, you know, whatever, a couple $100 a month until you're paid off.
Right. The terms.
Yeah, that's really all they could do. Maybe we can get extra creative if you know where they're going and what, like, exactly what they need that money for. So like, yeah, we need the money to move to Kentucky. But like, for me, what I would do is try and go deeper into that. Are they buying a house? If so, are you getting a loan and you need the money for a down payment? Are you trying to buy it cash? You know, are you renting a house? Like what do you actually need the money for? And what I would try and do is like calculate that on my own. Even with them, you could explore that. And, you know, you guys see me do that on the phone all the time. Oh, you want to move? Where are you moving? What price points that next home in? I'm guessing you're getting an FHA loan. All right, and then I'm just doing the math. So like, all right, you said you're going to buy a $250,000 home, FHA. FHA is 3.5%. So all right, I'll go 5% off of the 250 to count for the down payment, closing costs, and more times than not, I find these sellers asking for more money than what they actually need to accomplish X. They're like, yeah, I need 60 grand to be able to move, but after I explored your situation, I'm like, dude, you need 15 and you can move. You know, so I would explore their situation and see if 20 or 30 at most could get them what they're really trying to do.
Okay, cool.
That kind of answer that?
Yes, perfectly. Yes, I'll do that. Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. Guys, I put the partnership link in the chat. The other thing too, I was gonna just run by you guys. I am open to doing stuff outside of my markets. It can't be like totally in the middle of nowhere, but if it's in a relatively good city, Rant and Ryan, they're willing to work with me and they have access to all these buyers nationwide. So keep that in mind. It doesn't, I know I told you guys Tuesday, it's got to be in my market, but it doesn't anywhere in the country at this point. Tyler in the chat, can you talk a little bit about how to make offers more competitive? Yeah, I could talk on that real quick. So, you know, kind of like becoming a competitive offer, if it's on market or off market. I think a big thing is, it's a couple things. You know, my first thing is I always want to try and look for some way to like add value beyond just me being another offer. You know, so is there a play to say, hey, you know, leave all this stuff in the house, take what you want. It doesn't have to be broom swept. Like, is that an angle to where I could add additional value beyond my number? Or could I do something where, and it's always based on their situation, right? To try and spot how can I help this person? It goes back to why we got to discover the situation, but other things could be such as, you know, hey, we'll give you a 3-month lease back. I think Xander's got a deal right now. He's working and they want a 3-month lease back. You know, so that's value add right there. Hey, you know, we got to be pretty low in the price, but I could help you move and we can give you a lease back. And so it's increasing our odds. We're becoming a lot more competitive because all these other buyers, they don't want a lease back. You know, they want the person out of the house. Right. So it's a lot of the times I think it's or my first approach is always the creativity. Is there some way I could add value to this person's life beyond just me being a number? And then I guess the other side to being more competitive with my offers, I think a big part of it is talking like a big game, to be honest with you. If you could sound really, the big thing is this, just to simplify this. Try and stand out in some way, shape, or form, you know, especially with the on-market stuff where it's like, yo, we got 3 showings today. I got 10 phone calls. Like, they're not going to remember you. You know what I mean? The person out of 20 people calling on a listing, making an offer, the person that's really they're going to remember is just somebody that stood out. And so to stand out on the phone, it could be how you speak. You know, that's kind of like my thing. You guys see it, like I could speak with a lot of conviction, a lot of certainty, confidence in what I'm saying, and they feel that. And compared to a lot of other people, they're not speaking with that same level of conviction and seriousness. But everybody's different. You know, take it from Grant Cardone. One thing that he taught on this subject was he would always say, like, yo, give yourself like a nickname to these people and that'll also help. You know, so like, this is so stupid, but in one of his videos, he's like, yeah, when I was selling cars, I used to tell the clients, you know, my name was Sticks, just call me Sticks. And it's like, what? Like Sticks? Like whose name is Sticks? But you're going to remember that opposed to just another Michael or another Joe or another Eric. You know what I mean? So just think of it in that way. You know what I mean? Like, can you add some humor into it? Can you show more of your personality and who you are? Can you talk a bigger game? You guys could all reference me, right? Hey, yeah, I got a partner. He's done 60 million in transactions, been doing it 10 years. You instantly stand out more than the other wholesaler that's trying to get his first deal. That's, hey, how's it going? You know, even if you are that person, you're nervous on the phone, you don't know what to say. If you could just throw that big claim about your partner, you instantly have leveled up how much you stand out to that person, right? But I'd say the most effective, most powerful thing that I've noticed is the conviction and my seriousness, to be honest. I've had many agents, literally, I was just, now that I'm getting back to the game, I was just on the phone earlier this week, and the lady wants to do the deal with me, even though I'm 20,000 lower than these other offers, because I told her, I'm like, yo, you're dealing with wholesalers. She's like, yeah, you're probably right. Look, don't waste your time with those people. Let's get it done today. Yeah, all right, I'm going to push the seller to take your offer, because she wants a real deal. She knows these people are going to waste everybody's time. You know, so it's like my level of conviction, the confidence in what I'm saying. If you guys haven't heard me say this, man, like my first phone call, I almost passed out. Literally, like it was that bad. And so like the level, the conviction and the sway and the tonalities and how I speak today, this is all like, this is rehearsed, dude. Like I trained with trying to speak with conviction for a while, a long time. And then it just becomes natural, you know, it just becomes like how you talk to a degree. I mean, I could like turn it on and turn it off, you know, to some level, but
I would say if you're talking to a seller, all you have to do is sound convincing and like you've done it before, and you know, all the done deals and everything like that. They'll usually people are like, oh, where's your you know, proof of funds? I have never, no one's ever asked me for a proof of funds ever.
That is so true, Tim. You know, I've noticed that these 2.5 years of this community, it's a lot of the newer people. Hey, you got proof of funds. I want your proof of funds. And they're skeptical on who you are. I can't remember the last time I got hit. I mean, let's keep it real. Every now and again, I'll get hit just with that stickler agent. Like, all right, put the proof of funds in or whatever. But yeah, you know, direct to seller, and a lot of these agents, they're not even asking me for that because they believe what, you know, my conviction and what I'm telling them is just so high. Right. One thing, just like a practical thing, and then we'll move on. But one thing that I learned this off of a YouTube video years ago, but the dude was talking about like this conviction and persuasion, all that. And a lot of it, I think, comes down to like the tonality and the deliverance. Right. I shared this a while back when we used to do role play Zooms. You know, if I say like, hey, seller, yeah, I could probably do like maybe 500,000 for the house. It's like, huh? But if I can deliver that with more confidence, yeah, I mean, look, or even watch, better piece. Seller, what's your rock bottom? I don't know, maybe an offer. Or if I say it with more conviction, I mean, Joe, let's just cut to it. I mean, what's your absolute rock bottom on this deal? You see how I'm going high to low, and it's almost feeling more as a command. It's almost like the conviction and the tonality. If you can get that just right at certain moments, it really almost, it's amazing. That has more of a pressure on a seller than what you're actually saying, which is so interesting. It's like, it's way more powerful in how you say it than what's actually being said.
Because you're not, I mean, you're not like thirsty for this deal. You're like, well, if I don't get this deal, so what? I got the next one down the road.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. Definitely. You know, the best advice, I preach this. You want to become like the #1 negotiator and just a high level salesperson. It just comes down to training. You know, and you guys, Tim, like you've been in this group for what, 2 years? You've heard me preach that, but nobody listens to it. Because nobody actually believes that's where the money's at. Oh, I role play in the mirror for 30 minutes or with somebody on the phone. That's not going to increase how much money I make. I'm telling you, you're dead wrong. That's how I ran for 6 or 7 years. I tried it for 3 months. I'm like, I kind of see what Cardone's talking about, but not really. Like, no, I think this is stupid. I think wholesale is really just about a numbers game. I just have to get the right person on the phone. Totally incorrect. I went at least 7 years, 6, 7 years running like that. Looking back, that was the stupidest thing I could have ever done, because when we opened the office, it's like, all right, we're gonna just go 110 into this negotiation game and become animals. I want to become the top wholesale company here in Florida. And what's that's gonna take? We're gonna train every single day because nobody else is doing it. And it wasn't until about a year of me doing that with everybody and really like pouring into it, committing to that I was like, holy crap, like, oh my gosh. That doesn't mean when you learn these pieces and you got a bunch of rehearsed material in your head, that doesn't mean you're, okay, now I close every single deal. That's not the case. But what it does is it increases your top line. You know, Cardone University, that's the sales training platform. 56 grand on that platform is what it costs. Their whole claim on that is it's going to take your top line. You're going to add an additional 30% of revenue to your top line. That's a big claim. But I was like, you know, I like what he's saying. The pitch is pretty good. I don't really believe the 30%, but, you know, we'll go for it. Fast forward a year into the game, look back, absolutely did well over 30% in increased sales. And then what does that actually mean? 30%? How much money is that for you? Is that at 100,000? Is that an extra 200,000? Is that an extra 60,000? You know what I mean? So it's like, if you just commit, you'll become a lot better. Not to ramble on this topic, because I could talk days on negotiation, but
just one other thing there. I mean, this might be kind of like off the cuff, but I think any single property you call on, it could be, it doesn't matter if it's off market, on market, people who don't even want to sell. I mean, you literally just ring up a buyer or a seller, or just a property owner, and you could probably make a deal some way, one way or another. It's amazing.
yeah, definitely. You know, what I was going to say, what you want to keep in mind, guys, is like, the reality is there's a winner and loser on almost every single deal. The winner is going to be the guy or gal that can persist the longest. When somebody tells you, let me think about it, if you're not trained, you're hanging up the phone. Okay, yeah, I'll call you Thursday. Not everybody should be let off the hook like that. There's some people where you got to handle that today, or you're just going to come to the same conclusion a couple weeks down the road, and you're just wasting a bunch of time like that. You know, so you got to really lean. You want to become the best in the game, role play. Because the thing is, what I want you guys to realize is role play is beyond, oh, I got some slick lines to say. It's way beyond that. When you role play for months on end, a year on end, you're learning. Let me just mute him. You're learning different strategy too, and seeing different opportunity. Because when you're role playing with a partner, like, okay, yeah, you're going to be trying to work on getting these closing pieces, the hard questions, the negotiation strategies. You're going to work to get these like word tracks down and memorized. But when you do role play for so long, you're also learning just so much about real estate. Like in a role play, I'm like, yeah, Joe, but what happens if you don't pay my mortgage? And you're like, crap, I actually don't know. Well, now you're going to go figure that out, right? And so by you doing that again and again, and you get hit with different objections, different complaints, you're just learning so much about the game, but you're also able to then level up how good you are at identifying and spotting just different creative opportunities. You know, because the role play, the thing is, it's always going to put you in a bind, right? It's not meant to be like, yeah, I'm just going to role play with Joe and Joe's going to freaking smoke me and I'm going to just take it super easy. The role play is everybody's goal when you role play is to eventually one day get to a level 10. A level 10 is I can take a freaking punch in the face again and again. The guy's screaming at me, cursing at me, and I can still cool the whole thing down and possibly still wrap the deal up. That's a level 10. And so like, if you just role play with somebody, happy to do it today with you guys, you'll see probably a lot of you guys like, dude, yeah, I gave you a level 1 and I give you a level 4 and you're like, ugh. That just shows there's so much room for improvement, right? But it's also the creativity, because you're going to get in these binds in the role play. I'm going to make, you know, when you role play, it's challenging. It's supposed to be challenging because that's how you grow and get better at it. But when you have those stump moments and it's not a live phone call, you could pause, you could time out for a minute and be like, how could this deal work? Or how could I respond to this? You know, so there's not that crazy pressure, and it allows for you to collect your thoughts, and then you're really prepared for game time. Last thing I'll say, I don't mean to ramble. I could talk forever on this. Last thing I'll say on this, something from Cardone. He used to say all the time, you know, take a professional sports team, Philadelphia Eagles, whatever. You think they're going on the field game day without warming up? Absolutely not. They're practicing every day. So you want to be the best in the real estate space. How are you going to be the best when you don't train every single day? It's impossible. How are you going to be a savage at negotiating when you didn't negotiate in the morning? It takes one day to get rusty. I can remember days where it's 2 hours and I'm like, shit, dude, I'm feeling off. I ate lunch. I'm feeling lethargic. I'm like, bro, I'm totally off. Let me get a couple role play sessions in and then I'll get back on the phone. I got to get back to being able to handle a level 10. Right. So like, it's not like you do it for a couple of weeks, couple months. The other comparison I make, and then we're moving on. I always compare role play negotiation just like the gym. You ain't going to the gym for 3 months and now you're freaking jacked with a 6-pack. That ain't how it works. Same thing with the role play negotiation. You ain't role playing for a few weeks or a couple months and now you're a superstar. Impossible. It takes a lot of time. And for me, it's about a year from what I experienced where I looked and I'm like, holy crap. Like I feel like I'm pretty good on the phone. you know, and that's just what it is. That's just what it is. You got to be willing to commit to it if you want to be good. And it doesn't, I'll say this too, most people don't, and people still close deals, right? Most people, they don't do any of this stuff, none of it. They just don't have any interest in it, and they still do deals, but it's the guys that are making a lot of money on the acquisitions. They're the ones that are training every single day. I'll do this, guys. I'll give you a homework assignment. Call Cardone University. Tell them you want to buy Cardone University. You want an expensive, you got a whole team. Tell them you got 10 guys on your team. You're looking for a product. Watch how they handle your objections and how impossible it is to get off the phone with those people. I'm telling you right now, you call Cardone, tell them you got a team of 10, you want Cardone University. You're going to be mind blown how they operate that call. It's because they train every single day.
Do you have that video still that you shared with me the first time I watched? It was a YouTube short of Grant Cardone and him pulling two guys up on stage to do the live role play in front of everybody at a conference.
Yeah, I could put that in the chat. I could find that.
That was very beneficial for me when I first started, and it actually got me into and encouraged to do more role playing.
Yeah. The other thing too is when you could play at a level 10, that is where the game gets fun. When you don't know what to say, when you're getting challenged, you get stumped, people are getting pissed off, you're getting hung up on, it becomes very discouraging. You're like, dude, this is rough. And I experienced that. Everybody experiences that. But if you can if you can take yourself and get to that, between that 8 and 10 level, that's truly where it becomes fun, and it just becomes a game. Like every seller, every situation, I've already been through it a million times, either in role play or in real life. So it's like, I already know what to say. I know what to do. I already know how this is going to turn out based in the first 2 minutes of a conversation, but it doesn't get fun and easy like that until you actually get good at it, and you're not going to get good until you commit and you actually start training. So if you don't, it's just going to be a numbers game. I got to keep marketing. I got to keep doing leads. I got to keep following up until I get lucky and hit somebody. And it's not supposed to be that way. You should be able to predict your income. All right, I'm done rambling. Do you guys have any other questions?
Yeah, a little side note.
Yeah.
You said on that partnership, you said that you would do it worldwide at this point.
Nationwide.
So I mean, I have something in like Florida that I might need you to take a look at. But you at the time you showed that little market in what was it, Clearwater or Tampa?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So now that you expand your market, I have something for you. So I'll probably DM you whenever I can.
Yeah, throw if you scroll up in this chat here on Zoom, it's the first message actually, 310 is when I dropped it. It's the link, so you can fill out that form, put all the info in, and then I'll call you probably either tonight or tomorrow if I can get to it.
Shoot, take your time, man. I just wanted to ask that.
Yeah, for sure. The big thing though, just keep this in mind. It can't be like the middle of nowhere. Like it has to be at least some city that's kind of thriving. So if it's a population of 400 people, don't send that because we're not going to be able to sell it.
All right, man. I got you. Appreciate you.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Any other questions before deals?
Eric, how about short sales? Can you deal with them?
Yeah, absolutely. Anybody that hasn't done your first deal passed on a short sale. Wholesaling a short sale, there's quite a few hoops to jump through. And then creative finance on a short sale, same thing. I would say a creative finance deal on a short sale is one of the more complex situations to be dealing with. Let me say this too. In the partnership program, please guys, just don't send me any of these short sale listings. I just don't want to deal with any of that. It just takes too long, too many hoops to jump through, and there's just way too many easier deals to be done. Just too time consuming for no money, little money. All right, let's start doing deals. Joe, real quick, you see I tagged you in the general chat?
I did not actually see that. Sorry. You tell me real quick, I can look.
Yeah, you're good. The agent Barbara, you know how like I called your seller the other day,
Mm-hmm.
and you sent her that email, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. The agent called me. She wants that. She's being really funny, man. Like the bank won't allow it, so it's been a little bit of a fight today with her. But I kind of got it on I kind of got a hold of it. So she wants to see that email that we sent Barb. So just forward her that email, and I put her email in the general chat. You'll see it.
Okay, thank you. I'll send it right now.
All right, let's do some deals, guys, and then we can do Q&A and a topic later if you guys want. Xander, I see you got your hand up. I'm guessing that's with Monique, that deal.
Yeah, you read my mind.
All right, she sent me the purchase contract. Interesting contract. Literally zero deposit and like 3 months to close it. I don't know how she swung that, but somehow she did. So, all right, so we're gonna call her up. We're gonna tell her FEMA says we could put roughly 70 in. That's where my estimation is. Too tight, and pivot to a JV, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that'd be good.
And then, did you get your Pocono house? Is that all fully contracted, signed by someone?
Yeah. Yeah, and Adam got back to me too.
Nice. All right, so you blasting that out?
Yep.
Sweet. Cool. All right. All right, here we go. Let's see.
Hey Eric, how are you?
Hey, good. How's it going? All righty. Are you there?
I'm here.
All right. I got, I don't know, good news, bad news. All right. So I was able to find the assessed value. We're pretty much looking at like roughly 70,000 is what can go back in that home. My estimation with the finishes that I would want to do, like I told you the other day, that's exactly where I want to be at. I'm a little skeptical. I think it could be done cheaper. I don't know if I have enough faith in my guys to pull that off. So what I was going to tell you is we could either try and proceed with this deal, but I would want to get contractor quotes, you know, a few, probably at least 3 or 4, see who could do it the cheapest. I'm thinking that's probably going to take, I don't know, 3, 4 guys. I don't know, maybe like 2 weeks at most. So it'd push us out an extra 2 weeks. I would want to do that before signing. The last thing I want to do is like sign your assignment and then I call you in 2 weeks and like, hey, I got to back out. You know, that's going to make me look terrible and I don't want that. You know, that's our first deal. So I want to see you make money and I want you to be happy. So what I could do, if you don't want to go that route, I have a massive buyers list down here. It's been a little while since I've sent them anything, but if you tell me like what you wanted to make on the deal, then I could try and get you that number. And then, you know, obviously I just put my fee on top.
Could we still do the same price?
Yeah. Yeah. So like, what are we at? 187, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I could try and maybe even get you a couple bucks more.
That'd be awesome. I really appreciate that.
We can see what we could do. Yeah, I would feel like crap after all of this, and then in 2 weeks, I'm like, oh, I gotta pull out. You're gonna hate me, and I don't want to be that guy. And then, you know, worst case scenario, if that's super funny and you still don't have anybody in 2-3 weeks, worst case scenario, then okay, you know, we could put it back on the table and I could explore buying it. All right, so if you wanted to go that route, I could blast it out to my guys. I would just want to write up, obviously, a joint venture so I feel protected and, you know, so do you. But if you're cool with that, I could probably get that out tomorrow to them and then try and just pull it off as a joint venture.
So what does that look like with time-wise closing?
Well, your contract is literally set to close in January. So you have like, I would tell you this, like if I blast this deal out, I'm going to know within 3 to 5 days at most, if I got somebody for sure or not, you know, if not the same day. I mean, there's a lot of stuff where it's just gone same day. So, yeah, 3 to 5 days at most. And I know, you know, if I got somebody for you and try and get you, I don't know. I mean, I know you're willing to take the 187. I'd say let's see if we can get you 190, and then I'd put maybe 5 on top for me.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. And like I said, I'd be able to plus the seller with more because I know he wanted more.
Let's go, Xander. Let's go. Yes.
So
All right,
I
perfect.
plan on doing that. Yeah.
All right, I'll do this then. Do you want me to send you a joint venture? Is that easier?
Yeah. Yeah. That should be fine. I think Chris would be good with that.
Yeah, what I'll do too, I'll put in the joint venture. I'll add a line just stating that if you find your own buyer, then I'm not entitled to a fee. You know, so like you could still sell it on your own, and if I find somebody, then we could roll with them.
Okay. And are you still wanting to be? Are you still possibly interested?
Yeah, no, I am interested, but I'm saying based on that FEMA number as 70, I'm like, crap. I need some quotes.
Because when I spoke to the seller, he said that there was a hurricane, either I think he said 2 years ago or 1 year ago, and he said that he had to fix up the house, and that never happened with him. Like he almost feels like offended that I asked him about that.
I don't know if it actually came out. I know which one you were talking about because on St. Pete we had a couple feet of water around our house, but it wasn't like this. Like this is, you know, Helene and whatever the other one was called. This is just a different animal, a lot more damage. So I don't know if FEMA got involved with the one a few years back. I don't think so, at least not in our area. All right, yeah, not a big deal. So let's I'll get that over to you. I'll blast that guy out tomorrow, and I'll see if I can get you 190.
Thanks. Would you recommend that I extend the contract out?
You have more than enough time. I looked over that contract. I don't even know how you got that signed. To be honest, I'm impressed.
It's the person that I'm with.
That was impressive. No deposit, 3 months to close. Like what was it? Unlimited inspection. Like that was impressive.
Thanks. To have Chris on with me. He's a persistent guy, but he means well, and
he's a good guy. You know, I can get hot at times, as you saw, but that's just how I am. You know, I'm all business. So we're past that. Let's get that agreement. I'll get that over to you. Let's get it blasted out. Let's get it sold.
That's awesome. Thanks.
And yeah, I'll hit you with the link to the community. Shoot me a text, and I'll get that to you tonight too. And you know, we'll see if we can do more deals.
Perfect. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely add you to my box list. That's for sure.
Sweet. All right, Monique. I'll give you a buzz tomorrow.
Have a good night. Be safe.
All right, you too. Bye. Excellent phone call. That's just what we wanted.
We knew that would go well.
Woo, man. Yeah. For those of you guys that didn't know, that was a deal. I cold called it on my own, I think yesterday or 2 days ago. And then if you guys saw on TikTok live yesterday morning, that flood damaged home, that's that house that I walked. And she said she was the owner. It was up as a for sale by owner. I sniffed the nonsense, called her out for wholesaling it. Yeah, I'm wholesaling, trying to get my first deal. Where me and Xander are a little scared, so we were going to buy it and then just turn around and wholesale it again. But I don't want to burn the bridge with her and look bad if I flop on that. So that's that phone call. We pivoted back to a joint venture. So, hey, you know, I would need more time to pull this off. I'd rather just try and shop it. If you value relationships, just operate like that with other wholesalers, JP, instead of contracting their deals. All right, Xander, you can send her a joint venture agreement. You don't got to put that extra clause because Chris is going to review it. So just send him that, see what they say. If they cry about it, text me. We could throw an extra clause in there. And then yeah, once that's signed, you could blast that deal out.
Sweet. What clause are you talking about?
I would add if she gets funny, if Chris comes back and they're funny, like, I don't want to be committing to, having to give you 50% my fee.
For them to still be able to shop it out.
Yeah, so we could put a stipulation in there.
All right.
Yeah.
Sweet. I'll get that filled out right now.
All righty. What is that, deal 3 for you now this week?
Should be. I didn't want to say 3.
All right, now we're rolling.
Yeah, we are.
We're on track now. All right, sweet. All right, let's work through these deals in the queue. This is Tim, right? Morgan Ave.
Yeah, what's up?
So
this property is actually on the market. Can you just give me 1 second? I'm outside. I don't know if you can hear the background noise.
I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, so this property just came up on the market today. So they're doing a higher best offer by 6:30 today. So I talked to Terrell about this, and he's like, it's gonna be worth about 250. What do you think?
Okay. Let's see. $1,200. Little tip for you guys when you guys are comping stuff out and there's no photos for the supposed comp. If you just take that address, throw it in realtor.com, most of the time you can find the photos. Let's see if this was a fix and flip.
Redfin, you can do that with also, and a couple other MLS listings sites.
Good to know. Yeah, so I mean, this looks like a flip. Let's look at the kitchen, the bathroom. Yeah. Nice job. Nice work. Make sure they didn't skip anything. Bathroom's like, yeah. Looks like they updated. Actually, no, it's nice. Did a good job. All right, cool. All right, yeah, so let's go back to it. That's one of the highest ones. They got 230 a couple months back, beginning of the year. Could we see twos today? Let's do a minimum price filter of 2. See if there's enough to support it. Not right in that subsection, but I do believe it's probably going to be that high. 244. Same deal. Let's see if we can get photos on this guy. Outside looks good. I'm guessing it's a flip. Let's see. Yeah. Let's look at the kitchen quick. Yep. Yeah. Definitely a flip. All right. So they got 244 on that guy. We got a 233. Nice little flip. We're 1,200 square feet, and this is 11 or 1041, and they got 244. And the 232, little closer. So I would say, like in today's market, Tim, 230 is going to be a safe bet. Maybe you can get a couple bucks more, but 230 safe. 230 on times 0.7, 161. Rehab on this guy. The roof looks newer. I would think you're probably going to paint the outside, do some landscape. And I'm guessing the inside is just completely dated. That's my guess. If that's the case, I don't know. Probably get away with like 40 in there. Let's take out 40 in the equation. Takes us to 120. Fee for you, 10 grand. Yeah, like 110, 115 would be a good place to be. What I would, Tim, my guess on this, to be honest with you, I think they're probably going to contract with wholesalers. So I don't think we're going to get the deal this time around. I wouldn't even be surprised if it got overbidded by a bunch of wholesalers. So I'd say make the offer. I think there's low odds that we actually get it, but I think they'll probably flop on whoever they contract the deal with. And it might be like 2 or 3 times that they flop until they finally sell it for a good number. But I would just throw it out there.
You really think it's only 240, 250 for that property?
Yeah, because you got the most recent sales is a 230 flip and a 240 flip. Mm-hmm. Definitely.
All right.
Why? You think it? I'm guessing you're thinking it's higher, right?
I think if you do it right, I think it's it's a single property. I think it's I talked to the agent. All you have to do is probably put maybe like 10,000 into it. You can rent it out for like 1,600 a month, maybe even 2. Depends how you do it.
Different deal though, right? Like my approach, like what we just did is just like for a fix and flip. If somebody wanted to do BRRRR, yeah, they could pay a little bit more. But as far as like the value, like the after repair value, I mean, I'm pretty comfortable at 244 and this 233, just because like my head always goes to like, why couldn't they get more than 230 on this one, or why couldn't they get more than 240 on that one? We could also just see how long they had it on the market for too. Yes, I mean
that was also sold in 2022. So I mean, you updated it a little.
Oh wait, hold on. I thought I had 24 on here. Hold on. All right, that might change everything.
I mean, I don't think it's much. I was thinking probably like 275.
You still have this new
like 250, 250.
Maybe. Yeah, I mean, you guys. All right, so look, you have this 250. How many bedrooms do we have though? Is it 2 or 3? And then these comps. This was a. All right, so 230 was a 3, and so was this 250. I mean, if you wanted to up it another 10, you could. We can go 240. 230 is really conservative. 240, there's definitely still a shot. Maybe you could list at 250 and still pull it off. But if it's 240 times 0.7, 40 in rehab, 128 before a fee, so like 118. So I'd say I would try and get him at like 110, and I'd say 120 at most instead of 115. That would be a deal.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's worth more than that. I mean, I don't know. I have had a couple of other comps that were. You keep moving your screen over there, so I think it's
I see your higher comps. Like I see the 250, 260, 270s, but they're pretty. I mean, they're quite a ways away, and they're crossing this major road, so it might just be like different community.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, for sure. All righty. Kendrick.
Also got serious discoloration on the bricks on that house almost all the way around it if you look at it with Google Maps.
Definitely got to paint it, yeah. Kendrick, you showed this to me the other day, right?
Yeah. I told him that you were going to circle back around.
I'm too many convos. I'm blanking. Well, what did I speak to him about?
He didn't answer the phone.
Oh, okay. That's why I don't remember. All right, so what was I going to do on this?
Oh, just cold call him and figure out sniff out the real problem. See if it was underwater or not. All right. But I found out that depending on down payment, he said that the interest would be 5%.
Did we run the numbers? And I was like, yeah, with their math, it doesn't cash flow.
Yeah.
Okay. Looking for a pen. Give me 1 second here.
All right.
It's on the floor under the desk.
Yeah, right. I have so many pens just all over the place. Alrighty. So, Kendrick, do you remember the numbers on this though? Like what the cash flow came out to be? Just to have an argument. We get that far or no?
We didn't get that far. But you were just assuming that it was going to be underwater.
All right. Let's just go for it.
Okay.
I'll go cold on them. And then Bruce, I do see your question in the chat. I'll answer that right after this. Let's see.
His name is Jay Blake.
Wow, that view is amazing.
Hey, this is funny. Can you read it?
Try him again. Kendrick, is this what it's like over by you, where you're at?
No.
No.
Ogden's usually that's where the like Section 8s are at.
It's 3 on him.
And that's so annoying.
I'll try one more time.
And then I remind him, we'll circle back and follow up again later. And then he texts immediately after that. I'm like, oh, you scared to get on the phone? What's going on?
Yeah, right.
Well, he says in his post, buyer to physically preview property prior to responding to any offer. So he may not be answering anything outside of his area code.
I shot him a text right before this.
All right. Shoot him a text again. If he's good while we're on here, I got you.
All right.
Alrighty. Bruce, I see in the chat. Eric, how do you feel about modular homes that need a lot of updates for a wholesale? Are investors willing to get into this situation? Your experience? Yes and no. You're talking about like trailers, right, Bruce? You're not talking about like manufactured?
Yeah, it's a trailer. They're trying to list it as a manufactured home, but it is a trailer.
It's not like a prefab that.
No, I mean the pictures that I'm looking at that they have on here, it's all trailer, but it says modular home. I have an address if you want to take a look at it.
Yeah. Put it in the chat really quick.
Hey, Eric.
Yep.
Real quick, how long do you expect or plan on being on the Zoom? Rough estimate.
I think probably a good 30 minutes, 40 minutes.
Cool. Thank you.
Yep. All right, Bruce, let's see. Yeah, it's a trailer, double wide. Yep. All right. All right. So for trailers, this is good for everybody to hear. So like when it comes to the trailers, it's not that you can't do any deals, but there's going to be, in the wholesale space, keep this in mind, like 90% of the stuff that we're wholesaling, these buyers, they're flipping these deals, for the most part. And I can only think of maybe 2 or 3 guys I've come across that flip trailers. Most people don't. And the reason for this is because most people, like retail buyers, when it's a finished product, they're not looking to like, hey, yeah, let's settle in a trailer. They're going to prefer a house. So homes are always, an actual house is always going to be more desirable than a mobile home. The other thing too, keep in mind, mobile homes, it's a vehicle. It's going to depreciate, so it's not going to go up in, the land's going to go up in value if they own it, but not the trailer. That's going to be losing value. So not too many people flip these types of deals. Most of the time I just pass on them just for the reason of it being hard to dispo. It's going to be a tough sale. So I normally just stay away from it for that reason alone, but sometimes you can get lucky. You can find, there's buyers in every market. There's going to be people that will pick up a trailer, update it, and maybe just hold it as a rental. But the bulk of my cash buyers, most investors in a market just aren't doing that. They're going after the singles. So is it doable? Yeah, but would I try and like pursue that stuff? Not really. Unless it's seller finance, that's the only other thing. If it's on terms, then yeah, then that definitely makes a trailer interesting.
That's what I was thinking about, was doing a seller finance and then trying to get into like a Section 8 home or something like that.
Yeah, well, you can't rent trailers Section 8. I'm pretty sure.
I thought the state of Tennessee, I couldn't sure. I know in Tennessee it's up and down. That basically goes by area. I wasn't sure, but I thought in this area of Nashville, I could have read it wrong as well too, but I thought you could in this area. I wasn't really
I know I looked at I was doing a sub 2 deal in Arizona a while back, and I was thinking about doing Section 8, and then I found out like, oh crap, I can't do Section 8 because it's a trailer.
No, that kills it right there. Then.
Yeah, but like you're saying, I don't know if it's across all 50 states. I almost want to make the assumption it is because we're dealing with the government. But maybe something to look into. Seller finance, Bruce, is probably going to be low odds on this one for the trailer. The reason I say that is because it looks like they're living in there, and they're probably going to need money to move. So they're probably looking for like a good down payment. That's
I've actually spoke to the lady. What it is she's taking care of it for a friend. What's happened is they've passed, so somebody's inherited the trailer and all the mess in it. So they're just trying to get rid of it.
So now you got a perfect opportunity. It's always the situation. Now we got an opportunity. All right, so I would pitch 100% seller financed at 125. That's what I would do.
That's what they're selling it at, 125 exactly.
Yeah, give them their full ask. Be like, hey, I'll do full ask at seller finance, or I got to be at 60,000 for a cash deal. Because if you show them a big gap, like, hey, I got to pay 60 for cash, or I could do the 125. If that gap is big, they're going to gravitate obviously to the more money creative side. But what I would also say is this only been on for 15 days, so they might be like, nah, I want to sell it outright. So I wouldn't be surprised if they tell you, no today on seller finance. But I would follow up, because if they can't get that good number in a couple weeks and everybody's lower, then they might entertain that. Like, oh wow, okay, I can get that number if I hold paper. All right, fine, I'll explore it now. So pretty good shot they'll say no today, but there's a good opportunity to get it down the road, and still maybe a shot at getting it now. So yeah, 125 seller finance is what I throw at them.
All right. As always, man, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, for sure.
And the best way to get rid of a trailer would be to wrap it, right? I mean, to work with a trailer.
Huh?
So, basically, when you get a trailer, and I don't know because I'm not looking at trailers or anything like that, but my question is basically, if you do get a trailer, your best bet would or your most profitable exit strategy for that would be to wrap it, wouldn't it? Because then you're collecting the interest on that, and you're basically doing a seller finance to the person buying the trailer and rent to own, if you will.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. We'll do one more question. We'll jump back to deal. Sean, I see you in the chat. Best way to figure out the repair cost. So there's course videos like going over this sheet that I'm going to pull up, but this is going to be the easiest thing. So if you get inside the Discord and you go to repair calculator, is what the channel name is. You'll see these two sheets, and there's videos covering this, just to like really go very quick with you. You're just first determining what level do I think the property is, right? So do I think it's a light rehab, level 1? Do I think it's an average rehab, or do I think it's heavy? And this just like gives you a general idea, right? Average, we're doing some floors, paint, kitchen, bath. Heavy, it's just a lot of stuff. We're doing the kitchen, bath, roof, maybe some windows. Doesn't have to be all of these things, right? It could be a mix of some. Even with the average, say the kitchen and the bath were fine. Everything was fine on the inside, but it needs a $40,000 roof and an HVAC. That because of the expense, it's going to fall into the average. So first determine the level, 1, 2, or 3. Do I think it's light, average, or heavy? And then you're going to look at this second sheet, and this is going to give you that actual number. All right. So if it's a 1,500 square feet or under 1,500 square feet, and I think it's an average rehab, then boom, I'm going to float around 30. As you guys see, this is from 21. I would say maybe these things adjusted by 3 to 5% in a market. Not a whole lot though. The other thing too, why I don't really sweat these numbers being too far off from today, if at all, is because buyers just have different costs. I have some buyers on my buyers list that are going to go hire a contractor and get a crazy price on the reno. You got guys that are going to Home Depot to get all the material. So they're going to spend a lot on material, and you got the seasoned guys where they're locked in with the wholesale supplier. They're getting the same cabinets at Home Depot for 60% off, right? So a lot of different buyers. Somebody is going to take them 60,000 to rehab it. Other guys, hey, we got a squad that we're all in house and we're locked in with a wholesaler, you know, so we can get it done for $40,000 or 50. You know, so if you just play this sheet, it'll line up just in general amongst all your buyers. Will some people maybe come back and be a hair higher? Sure, but you know, you'll have people that agree with you, or sometimes even a hair lower, right? So it's in this. Sean and everybody that's like anybody that's new to the group or hasn't seen this, just make sure you see this in the Discord. There's a lot of channels in here, and for whatever reason, some of you guys just aren't seeing everything. So just make sure you see everything: buyer's network, proof of funds, contract scripts, repair calculator, trust agreement, all that stuff. If you guys don't see it, just speak up and I'll get you in. All right, let's go back to deals. I'm seeing Michael.
Yeah, so this one
is you submitted this yesterday.
Yeah.
Where are you at with it?
All right, so bro, Devin, do dispo on it, I guess. He's asking 1.59.
Wait, a wholesaler sent this to you?
I mean, he's kind of a wholesaler, I guess. I don't know if he's a wholesaler or not. I didn't really confirm that with him, but he's I mean, I guess he's on this deal.
Yeah, but who sent this to you?
Should I? This one came from we were doing a scan yesterday through the market, through Zillow and stuff, and this one popped up, and then it cross-referenced. It matched up with another one we found on off-market Investor Lift.
Okay, so it's under contract. It's definitely under contract with a wholesaler.
Yeah,
and it's already on Investor Lift.
Yeah, they got it up for 1.59, and so then that's pretty much what he was saying his rock bottom is. But I was trying to lock it up at 1.2.
If he can't sell that for what he's asking on Investor Lift, then I'd say pass on it. And to be honest with you, I would say probably just pass entirely. One, it's going to be a swing, but like if you throw this on Investor Lift, he's already got it up, you know, so we can't even do that. The only thing you could do is shop it at my buyers list, but Investor Lift is definitely a lot stronger than my list.
I mean, you don't think you got anybody at 1.5 on that?
I mean, I might, but he'll definitely be able to find his own buyer. Like if I got a buyer at whatever price, I guarantee he's got a buyer at that same price too, without having to give you a fee or a cut in his deal.
So like hitting him with that 1.2 contract. Well, you think he's going to find somebody to go higher than that?
And he's got it up on Investor Lift at what price?
159. Right.
Jerry, Rick, Ryan, and Grant, are one of you guys here with us? Looking in the chat. No.
I think you could pull it off. I think you get a guy in there 1.5, and bro, you could even take an 80-20 split on that.
Where my head's at is I'd say just let this guy flop on it. And if he pulls it off, fine, but I don't know. I think there's low odds that my buyers list pulls this off. I think it's just going to be a tough one to sell.
I put his number in there, bro. He's answering the phone. You want to hit him up?
Yeah, I could hit him up. Sure. And then how do you see this deal? Like it was emailed to you or?
Yeah, I mean, so it gets sent to me through Investor Lift, I guess. When Investor Lift came, they offer like early adoption account statuses. I'm sure people got it. And then they just put you as a high tier or whatever. And then so they send you these things.
All right.
So, got the same people. But yeah, Devin's cool, bro. I mean,
you can read his number. I might know this guy too. I know a Devin on St. Pete, wholesaler.
Well, bro, he's actually calling me right now. So when you hit him up, call him right back. That'll be perfect.
Yeah, put his number in, or you can read it off.
It's in there. It's in there. I'll read it to you. 602.
Yep.
975.
Yep.
2807.
2807.
Yep.
Now, is this something you want to contract and try and wholesale? Because if you flop on it, it's done. The relationship's over. Or would you rather me pivot and try and pitch him on a JV?
I mean, you could try to pitch him on a JV. I think if he gets you the contract for 1.2, and then we get an end buyer at 1.5, that's a decent double close, right?
If you could sell it for that much, I think
Well,
this is going to be a tough deal.
That's why I think you. I mean, that's why I think you're going to come in this.
I would say joint venture. You're definitely. I don't know. I think there's low odds of pulling this off. And if you flop on it, it's going to be a wrap with him. Let me see if I can finesse him into a JV.
Devin?
No, hey Devin. My name's Eric. I'm Mike's partner. You guys were in contact on that St. Pete Beach house, the one on 55th Ave.
Yeah, absolutely.
How's it going, man?
How are you?
Doing good. I'm interested in the deal. I'm on St. Pete Beach too, so I know exactly where this house sits. I wanted to
Perfect.
I wanted to ask you. This is, you guys are trying to market this as a lot, right? Lot value.
We're kind of marketing both. Obviously it's a little bit close with that FEMA rule, so I mean, you can definitely have it both worlds. So we had it kind of 50-50, you can definitely still see it as a flip, but yeah, obviously the redevelopment wouldn't be a bad idea.
Okay. And then you guys were asking how much again?
1.6.
1.6. All right. And that's with your fee included?
Yeah, that's our price.
Okay, cool. Have the sellers told you what FEMA came back as far as how much work can go back into this house?
And I FEMA claim from I can double check. I don't think they've gotten one. So that's kind of where we're at on that one.
Okay. Are you local or no? Oh, okay. So down here, just so you know, if you haven't heard, all of these homes on the beach, like pretty much everything, they got flooded. FEMA and the county is sending out letters. And just so you know, the rule is 50% of the building value is what your rehab budget can be. So like the letter is probably going to specify that, but if you pull this up, like if you go to Pinellas County Property Appraiser, pull it up, it'll show the building value, and then whatever 50% of that is, that's what can go back into it. So like a lot of these homes, the city's marking them as like they got to be torn down. You can't rent them, renovate them.
Yeah.
So that might just be like something to look into, because that might totally change how you're marketing the deal. I'll look into that though. I'm gonna do some homework on that. And then I'm guessing you guys got a good spread. So how much flexibility is there on that 1.6?
Truthfully, we don't make killings off our deals. Obviously, it is a higher price point, so even bigger than a typical one. The best thing I can tell you really is just get me a number that you would be ready to go at. Obviously non-refundable in no formal inspection period. If you can get me a solid number, I'll always do my best to go to bat for you and get that price. And then if not, I can tell you where we could be. So I'm sure you've done a little bit of research on this one, but yeah, analyze the numbers on your rehab budget, new build budget, and once you give me one, I can work the price.
All right. Did you guys contract this below $1 million or above?
Oh no, it's definitely above. We don't make that. I wish we did, but we don't make them that big.
All right. I'll cut to it, man. I'm definitely not the buyer on this one. If that's the case, I got to be below $1 million. How long you guys been in this market for?
Been about almost a couple of years now. So
okay.
This last year, I didn't really get to us in Florida. The year before, it's kind of like when we started 2 years ago. So it's been called for us, man.
Okay. All right. I'm only asking because a lot of these sellers on the beach are way overpriced for what they think the lot value is. To give you an idea, I just contracted one. It's up on Bel Air Beach, better location than St. Pete Beach, and I'm literally getting that for 600,000. Build a 5,000 square foot home there. So like that's a freaking killer deal. But I don't think you guys are gonna pull this off for over $1 million. Just my opinion. If you guys do, that's freaking awesome. But I don't see that happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, if you guys recontract or if you guys, if you guys can't pull it off and you want to renegotiate it and you can get it under $1 million, let me know.
Well, yeah, same thing. It's like, if you don't agree with the price, like, please just let me know a number you could work with. Because, you might be at, let's say under $1 million, for example, 950. That right now. But if you can give me something to back me, then I can always go back with the seller and push for a cheaper price. I would just have someone. I would just need someone to be behind that. So like I said, if you can get me a number, that let's say I call you, I said, hey, I got this number. You do. So if you can give me that, I'll get to work right away.
Yeah, I think just like this is walkable distance from my house, and all I'm doing is calling these homes all day long. I think you're probably going to land. 55th is nice because you're right on the edge of the inlet there. Let me just look what direction.
You're staying in your own fucking lane, stupid.
Sorry about that. It's my computer. He's not talking to you. All right. Yeah, it's facing north, so you're facing Bahama, the 59th Ave. So it's gonna be worth a little bit less. That's the big thing you got to pay attention to on these beach homes. What direction are they facing on the water?
Yeah.
So yeah, probably like 6 or 7s, probably in the 7s. I think you could probably sell it for maybe 8s if you're lucky. Like somebody wants to build their home and they're gonna live in it. But I think over $1 million is really, really stretching it. Yeah, you let me know if you think you can get it in somewhere, maybe in the 7s. Call me back.
Yeah, absolutely. And while I have you here, what else are you currently looking for? Obviously, it sounds like you're in that Pinellas area. Are you strictly St. Pete Beach?
No.
St. Pete, just Pinellas, general, what are some properties I can start sending you?
To be honest, I'm all over the place at this point. So I'm on St. Pete Beach, but so I'll give you a little bit of an idea. So at this point, I'm really looking to almost go nationwide, to be honest with you. As far as where I'm actually buying, Pinellas, Polk, Hillsborough, those 3 counties primarily for myself. But if you send me deals outside of there, I could bring buyers for you if you're down at JV.
Yeah, absolutely. We love doing JV deals now.
Yeah.
Definitely start. I'll get on there. Obviously, have your number now, so I can start sending you some of these deals. How much would you think I could buy, and how much do you think you wholesale these?
I'm more into the rental game, to be honest with you. If it's a good fix and flip, I'm starting to literally just speaking to my business partner today. We're like, yo, let's start flipping again. So that's if it's a good flip, Pinellas, Hillsborough, Polk County, I'll take it down. If I don't know if the price is over 8 on the entry and it's got to be cash, I'm probably not going to be the buyer for it.
Yeah.
And then anything outside of the market, how I kind of work, you got a lot of sketchy wholesalers that are like, yeah, I'll buy your deal. And then they're trying to daisy chain this garbage. So, if I can't buy it, I'm just up front. Like, dude, I can't buy it. If you want me to shop it, I'll shop it for you. That's just how I roll. So at this point, kind of anything all over the country really is where I'm doing deals. Wholesale deals, at least.
Yeah, absolutely. So here's what I'll do. I'm going to text you on my Florida number, so I can start sending you some of these Florida deals, and I can just keep a better record of it. I do have quite a few. So I'm going to send you all of them. If they're not for you, feel free to tack on a fee and send it out to some people you know. But here, I'm sending you one in Clearwater right now. Yeah, pop up. That is me. I'm sending you one in Tampa that we have. That's a really good deal.
Would it be too much for you? So one thing that I do, I do like social media and stuff like that. And so I got a real estate community, and we just launched a new partnership program where people submit leads. you know, that they're working, or deals that they contracted for, either for me to buy or if they want me to shop it. Is it too much to ask you to fill out a super basic form to submit to me, and I can review the deals and hit you up if I'm interested?
Would it be like an end of for each individual property that I have to fill it out?
Yeah, is that too much for you? If it is, that's not a problem.
You know, like some of the checks that we send out, you know, they're automated. It's not me personally sending them. I mean, these ones are because I treat them to you. But I mean, if it's not too much of a hassle and you can, you know, actually put some work in on some of these, I'll definitely work with that.
All right, I'll do this. I'll send you the form. You just take a look at it. If you think that's too much work, just send them to Mike, and Mike's also kind of like a filter with me, so he'll kind of filter them through. He thinks it's something I'd be interested in. He'll throw it my way, and then I'll really, you know, analyze them.
Okay, and do you, Mike, you guys kind of what's your guys' relationship? How do you guys operate?
Mike, he buys his own deals, and then some stuff he's sending to me. So he's a newer relationship I'm building with him, and he's looking to just partner up with me, really. So he's also well funded too. So
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm actually. Let's see. I just think those two. See what you can do with those. Send me your form. I'll see what I can do with that as well. And yeah, let's start working on some of these.
cool, man. That'd be awesome. What was the name of the company you guys are with?
Our group. OFFER.
Awesome. Cool, man. Alrighty, I'll lock you in, and yeah, keep me posted on this St. Pete one, and if not, we'll see if we can do something else.
Yeah, absolutely. And would you mind sending me your full contact information? I'll do the same.
Yeah, for sure. I'll shoot that right now. All right,
bro.
Thanks, man. I'll see you. Cool, dude. Yeah, you don't want to burn that bridge. You know, they're doing deals for real. You know, so if we're like, yeah, we'll buy it, and then we flop on it, it's gonna be over.
Trying to stay in my own lane, man. I'm trying.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like if we got it for 1.2, you're saying that would be overpaying?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because you're around that land value, 500K plus.
That's what I wanted to look at real quick. Let's see if we could throw this in.
Yeah, because St. Pete Beach is supposed to be a little bit better than like the other flood zones. I mean, at least what I've been talking to people about.
Dude, my house had 3 feet of water around it like 3-4 years ago. No, it definitely floods.
Yeah,
for sure.
It's definitely you got hit pretty bad with a double storm.
Yeah, right now it still looks like a war zone on St. Pete Beach.
Yeah. So the land value thing's still there, right? Buying at lot value.
Oh, well, that's what we're gonna check out.
And then that whole structure, half the structure thing that they're doing with FEMA. You looked into that?
That's what I'm doing right here.
I know they requested $98 billion for that. I don't know if they're getting approved. They might get it. I mean, I think they're going to get it approved. But they requested. I don't know if you've seen that.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, Florida Reinsurance Fund only had $17 billion in it before Helene, and they projected $50 billion in damages for that first one. Milton came through and wiped them.
Yeah, FEMA's out of money.
Well, yeah, and then the Florida Reinsurance Fund, the actual people who write the insurance, like allow you to underwrite insurance. So their whole fund dried up on that first storm. That's why FEMA had to step in. And then FEMA, we weren't even sure FEMA was going to step in because there's a lot of pushback. And I just saw this. They had everybody talking about how, well, if you give them a break, you got to give the other hurricane-prone areas a break, some kind of funds. And the problem is that whole area is strapped for more funds.
Yeah, I mean, what they really do? They just gave everybody $700. Yeah. It's a joke. The real reason is because they pissed away billions of dollars, not accounting for the storm. They had billions in funds for actual events, and then what they do? They sent all the money to all these other countries, and guess what? Disaster. You look at North Carolina, 20 million dead. All these people. What do you get? $700? What's that supposed to do? And now they don't even have enough money. It's a joke.
Yeah, on Florida's Insurance Fund website, they put the damages right after, like the day after Milton. It's like $50 billion they had said, and it was like still an estimate. Then it jumped up to 7 million. And then they did the real assessment and they came out to like 98. This is what Biden asked for.
You see a building value on here? That's what I'm looking for.
Oh yeah. Dude, I mean the structure, it's got to be replacement cost, right? Let's see.
Well, no, it says building value is what I'm looking for on this screen.
Yeah. I think it's going to be it's going to be 180 times the square footage, huh?
No. I want to look at property appraiser is going to give us their building value, and then we divide that by 2, and that's how much money we can put in the home.
Yeah. Yeah. So it says it right there. The assessed value is 7. That's pretty much where you were at, which is actually a good estimate. Yeah, I was just thinking maybe somebody picks it up at 1.5 because that's what they were thinking. I mean, it's hard to find that, but what's interesting about that spot is it's St. Pete Beach. It is bright view or whatever, bright side. It's like that is the inlet. You know what I mean? Like it's supposed to be better than the other flood zones. So paying a small premium wouldn't be the end of the world, because you're getting a little bit more premium. But it looks like right there, we see all this value right here. It looks like the value is well, look at that sales comp is at 3.3. That's pretty.
It's got to say building though.
Yeah. Go. I think you had the list right there at the bottom. Down a little bit more. You got right there.
These are all the sales.
Wait, right here. It's a little bit lower. You see that 2024 building and structural elements? And sub area information. It's a little bit lower.
Like where my mouse is?
Yeah, a little bit. Just scroll down a little bit more. Okay. Yeah. And then you got value here, extra features. That's all added. And then wait, okay. I thought it was under structure. That building and structure.
Oh wait, hold on. I think it's actually going to be.
You got to flip over the page.
This market value. I wonder if this is a county taxable value.
I'm pretty sure that takes into account for the lot.
I think building value is going to be around that 6-7. So just to run the math, say it was 7. That's what it looks like based on this, somewhere up in there. So if it's 7 divided by 2, 350 grand can go back into that house. You're definitely not putting 350 in here. So yeah, I mean, I guess somebody could renovate it. But the big thing is nobody's renovating these homes on the beach unless it's like the person that's still living there. Because why is an investor going to pick this up? Think of how hard it is to sell this when you're done flipping it. Like, okay, yeah, I just fully renovated. Let's put it on the market. Put it on the market. The buyers call you up. Did the house get flooded? Yeah, there was 3 feet of water in the house 5 months ago. Yeah, I don't want that house. You know, and if you're a buyer that's got a couple $1 million to throw around on a primary residence, you're just going to go buy the new build. You know, you're not going to buy the thing that just got flooded.
So blasting out some buyers right now would probably be a
yeah. So like when I ran the numbers when you sent this deal yesterday, I looked at it as a flip, and so the guy's numbers make sense. But even though it could be flipped, nobody's going to flip this house. The odds of finding that guy is few and far between. So he's overpriced for lot value. He's a couple $100,000 overpriced. And the other thing too, keep this in mind too, just food for thought. Yeah. Everybody that does real estate investing, like wholesaling, investing, whatever, nobody does any investing on the beach. You know, the only people investing on the beach are like wealthy people that are buying real estate for just the sake of location. They're not trying to make a buck. They're like, yo, I'll buy this small hotel because it's going to appreciate over the next 10 years and I got to park some money. So like I've never, ever done any deals on the beach until now, all these homes getting flooded. So I guess the point I'm making is this wholesaler, he's in Phoenix. He doesn't know, he knows absolutely nothing about St. Pete Beach. He knows about the market, but he's never done deals over here because that was never a thing until now. Does that make sense? And the only reason I know a little bit about this real estate here is because I lived on the beach for a couple of years.
Do you know who you actually know who owns that property that you guys are looking at?
I don't personally know them, no.
No, I mean, does it say who owns it?
No, you can run it on prop though and find out why.
Property appraiser.
That might.
Yeah.
I mean, that might be just an like LLC company. That might be an overseas buyer who's just trying to park money. You don't know what their deal is. So unless you look it up, I mean, maybe he's like, you know what? I really don't care.
It's a couple right here.
Yeah.
Most of these people on the homes on the beach, like none of them are really rentals. They're all unless it's like a vacation home, maybe they'll rent it out. But most of them, it's just primary. A lot of retired people.
Yeah, you get an assessed value of 700. That's where you want it to be. You spend 20 grand knocking it down, maybe like 40 grand leveling it, right? 20, 40. You got to take that out of the 750, put you, 700 MAO.
Yeah, probably about 900,000 to build a 6,000 square foot home, luxury.
You think you get, with the 9,000 square foot lot, the limitations on that would be, you could probably just fit in a 4,000 square foot, basically a mansion.
Yeah, and build up.
Yeah,
that'd be worth maybe two something, three
at like 3 million, right?
Mm-hmm.
The comps they were running were two. They sold like, this is why I thought this would be a good deal, because you look on the comps, the 3 recent sales that they compare to all sold for 2 million, almost 3 million, and that was all in the last like month. So it's like there are people picking them up. Apparently they're buying. That's why I left out of Shore Acres, and I went towards St. Pete Beach, because it seems like people are trying to actually buy on St. Pete. They don't want to live. They're not really caring about Shore Acres, Snow Isle. They want to be in St. Pete Beach. So that's what sales. Isn't that kind of odd? Like how they're selling that high in 2024.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Prices are nuts.
So that's why I was thinking maybe you have a better chance at maybe probabilities.
As Terrell too, because Terrell, he's chopped out quite a few of these land deals, and these buyers are coming in way, way lower than what I was anticipating.
Yeah, that's
so.
I went through a bunch with Terrell, and when he called his guys, they were all like 0.5, 50 cents on the dollar land value. They weren't even close to retail or even half off of retail. They wanted half off of land value.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, I'd say just keep an eye on it. Have them send you other stuff. It's the smaller deals too that are just going to be a lot easier to move.
That was all in Shore Acres. I was doing that with Terrell. We didn't really try St. Pete Beach. That's why I did pick this one, kind of.
Well, Shore Acres is even hotter than St. Pete Beach.
You think so? You think? Yeah. Well,
yeah, because you're like 5 minutes from downtown. That's a really nice community.
It's really interesting, right? Because I thought the same thing. I was looking at the sales and like the comps, like the sales. Shore Acres was weak in the $2 million sale range. Recent sales, but then
I'd say it's maybe just preference. Some people want to be like right on the beach. That whole strip on that whole little strip on the beach. That's like vacation land. Like it's like you walk outside and you're on vacation. Because everybody goes there to vacation. But Shore Acres, nobody's going there to vacation.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. They're like, if they're going to buy discounted property in St. Pete, they might as well go straight to St. Pete Beach and buy the discounted property.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, but you think it would still be worth shooting out to some buyers for 1.5?
I don't think so. They got it on Investor Lift, and I still don't even think they're going to pull it off on there. They're too high. They don't know that beach. It's all brand new. It's brand new for like every wholesaler, because nobody wholesales there until now. And the only reason I know it is because I live right there, so I think a lot of these guys are going to be surprised at them not being able to sell these deals that they contract them out.
I'm just going to wait it out. We're going to let Devin just hit us up, wait it out.
Yeah, keep it. Ask him when he's got to close on it. I bet you he flops on it.
700 is our number, though, right?
Yeah, we're in the 7s, and if you ask Terrell, it's probably 6s. So, give me 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. You guys could chit chat for a sec.
Have you guys had any Anybody sold wholesaled off of St. Pete Beach or right on the beach there yet?
No, but if you look at the comps, it's weird. Shore Acres has some really low sales, but then apparently those little strips in St. Pete Beach have $2 million sales recently, $3 million sales. It's absurd.
You know, what I was thinking is like, I know FEMA's coming in and they want to do the 50% and whatnot. But so like all these properties have to be kind of rebuilt, right, up to FEMA standards and be lifted up. So what if you came up with just like a rudimentary elevator system, because these guys are like 2-3 stories above the shoreline before you can even get to your house. You could actually produce a product with like just a elementary elevator, so it helps them get up from their car to their second or third floor apartment.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you saw like the Hydrex. It's like this robot that does the block buildings. It's being used all over Fort Myers and St. Pete. They got it booked because what they're doing is they're trying to build block tech houses where they just do cinder blocks, put rebar down the middle, fill it with cement, and that's like a mini hurricane-proof fortress. And they build that up 18 feet now off the ground. That's why that house, that lot, could easily have a block tech house.
Like a block tech house, but like a lot of people who have so much money, they don't want to walk up, 1 to 2 floors. If you could actually come up with a rudimentary like elevator system to get from where they park into the garage and then just bring their stuff up, that would be a huge thing.
Yeah, I mean, elevators do cost like tens, almost hundreds of thousands sometimes, depending on how many floors you go up.
I mean, I totally understand that. Like, my brother is he's up in New York. He has a manufacturing company, machine company, and he partnered with one of these guys who his family got into the earlier involvement into New York City elevators. He's worth hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah, they have to have like really sturdy inspection periods. Like they get inspected like every 14 days now. It's like insane. They like make sure those things are safe all the time. I don't know if you saw that, but they used to have like light regulations on it. Now it's so tight, it makes it almost unprofitable for new people to even.
Yeah, but I mean, like what I'm saying, that's why you have to use your innovation. If you could actually all these properties are built up in piers, like 1 to 2 stories up. If you could actually if you could actually fabricate a elevator, like, oh yeah, you know what? You have an elevator that's way less cost, but it still does the same exact thing. So these people don't have to walk up and down every single day. It'd be like adding a half bathroom to a single floor store. You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't have to use it all the time.
Yeah, I've seen them make huge mistakes. New builds putting spiral staircases. Have you ever seen that? People just, it's like, why would you put a spiral staircase? It's so hard to carry groceries up those things, and they still do it for some reason. So yeah, the elevator could be there, could be a thing, but the stairway is the idea. If you've seen like the new block tech houses, the huge stairway, it comes out like you got to have a big lot for it, but
they're nice.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, let's jump back to the deals show. So they just want to break even.
Apparently, that's what the agent said. Yeah, they want to break even.
Home runs, man. Dude, what I almost forgot to bring up is the St. Pete deal that you submitted.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that's a home run for a sub 2. If did they take the what was it, 224 or the 124?
That was on Investor Lift. Still waiting to, I guess, contact him back, but haven't really followed up on that one with me. So
let me know what you want to do. Like, if you want me to run that, I will. Because I mean, that is a home run. That's a steal.
Yeah, bro. The 6672, 56 Ave, St. Pete.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I hit him with the 224. Bro, he was kind of open with it. As long as we could close ASAP.
It's a wholesaler or the seller?
The seller.
Dude, we should pitch sub 2. That would be perfect.
right? Because they were trying to get like 285, and I was like, there's absolutely no way. And then I was trying to get him at like 209.
Joe, I'd pay you a fee if you wanted to run that as a sub 2. What I'm thinking, so I talked to Terrell about this deal because Terrell's like, yeah, 224 cash.
Right.
Yeah, I'd pay Joe his fee and I'd flip it. And I'm like, dude, I want it as a sub 2 if Joe wants to assign it to somebody. So then I was like, what could be a dirty deal is buy it sub 2. We give the seller what, $7,000? Pay you, I could pay you 10 grand, so put 10 in your pocket, and then I could flip it as a sub 2. So if you're open to it, like even if it's a cash deal or sub 2, I'm an interested buyer for that. Obviously, I'd be way more interested as a sub 2 and flipping it that way. But yeah, man, that's a smoking hot deal I would get on that. Or if you want me to help you, I can.
Their ARV was way too rich. They were going like 390 ARV. Realistically, it was 320. So that's how I kind of told them.
Yeah.
I made them realize.
Let me know what you want to do, Joe.
I will, yeah. This one here, I talked to the agent back in October 28th, and she was supposed to get the recent mortgage statement from the seller, and she doesn't have it, so she was trying to reach back from the seller, and I haven't heard back from her, so it
So you
could
already
be.
pitched sub 2?
I did not. No, I did not pitch sub 2, but I skip traced the seller, and I found their contact information. But
Wait. So what did you pitch to them that led to you asking for the loan statement?
oh, sorry, no, they don't think they will accept seller financing. She doesn't think so, but I just randomly asked that because I
Oh, okay.
just assuming since it's a short sale. Yeah,
Is it a short sale?
this one right here on 1572 CAS.
Okay. Do you want me to go cold on it or?
If you don't mind going as my partner.
Yeah, I can do that.
Thank you.
3, 2, 1. All right, let's see. You're finding a lot of good stuff, dude. A lot.
Thank you.
And did they say it was a sub 2, or does it say it here?
I was just assuming, try to pitch them that maybe. But
Or I'm sorry, the short sale. Did they tell you it was a short sale, or you saw it?
Huntington Circle?
yeah, it's a short sale. We were talking back and forth, kind of died.
I have somebody actually looking into it right now.
All right, let's try her again.
Get an answer from them until tomorrow around 11. Awesome. That's I love to hear it. Yeah, that's great. I actually the showing I won't be able to get somebody out there at that time because I won't even the preferred buyer on this is not going to be available until 11 a.m. tomorrow. So let's call it 11.
All right, let's try one more time.
Sound good?
If we don't get her here, do you want me to call the owner or no?
Yeah, that was kind of the bet, just to call the owner maybe because they would have more information about it. And they moved up north with family, so they're out of the house.
Let's do that. Do you want to read off that phone number?
Yes, sir. It's 919-556-7698 for Jonathan.
Yeah, this is awesome. Oh no. Just to make sure I got it right. 919-556-7698.
Yes.
Yeah, the phone number's dead.
Oh man, my people. I looked it up online. Oh gosh. Well,
how long has it been since you spoke to the agent?
the beginning of October 24th. Yeah.
What would you want to do with this house? Like get it as a rental or
as a rental, like a subject to, and then try to rent it out.
Okay. yeah, just bring this up, I guess, next Zoom, or keep calling them yourself too.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all I could think about on this one. That's all we really can do. I wouldn't sweat it though. This thing ain't going nowhere. It's been on 167 days, so yeah,
I kind of have a bunch of other short sales I've been kind of going through and writing down, skip tracing, but yeah, and Shoba did get back to me. She wants an actual, I guess, offer written up. So I'm going to send that to her by the end of today, so they can have the real estate attorney and somebody look it over, all that stuff. So,
do you want me to tell you what to say?
we want to take over her mortgage. Yeah, do you mind?
Yeah, it's probably the same thing you sent Barb. It's just hey, well, we don't know the loan balance. All right.
I sent it to your Discord. The actual, the whole stuff.
The problem is these Discord messages. It's just too much to even keep up with. I don't want to see you guys like.
Personal,
yeah, I just don't want to see you guys like sending me a bunch of stuff and then I never respond. It's just become impossible to go through all of these. That's another reason we opened up this partnership program. So let's see. All right, so you're gonna send that exact same email, but the only thing you're gonna switch is, do you see where you said I'll give you 10,000 cash up front?
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna say I would cash the seller out of their equity.
Okay.
And then if you wanted to put in like I'll pay the agent's commission and closing costs too, you could do that as well. And that's it. So it's really the same email.
Just add that in there. Okay.
Yeah, that's a good email you put together too. It's a good like template you could just keep using.
Thank you. I have been doing that, but I guess going back to, we would feel more comfortable doing role play. Just trying to get better at it because I got all these leads kind of written out and I haven't done anything or just haven't taken the action to call the actual seller, not the agent. But I know agents don't like you contacting the seller outside of it, right?
Yeah, I always try and work with the agent, and then if I just can't get them on the phone or they're not willing to present the offer, then I'll call the seller.
Okay. I just didn't want to have any bad terms, so.
Yeah, this is another excellent deal, Joe. See if you can get this one too. You got 2 home runs right now. Literally.
I'm just following up, I guess. My text just looking, but thank you.
Yeah, for sure. Alrighty. What's up, Dom?
Damn, congrats, Joe.
Yeah. Tom, you with us? I don't know. All right, I don't know if you could talk, Dom. What's the story on this one? Turnkey. Wholesale, right? TikTok lead. Was this a sub 2? Sub 2, okay. I don't know why I don't remember this. I'm guessing I had a conversation with him, right? Yeah. All right. Can you just like fill me in? Like I pitched sub 2 and then what? Like was he gonna get a loan mod or bring it up to the seller? Or I'm sorry, a loan statement or bring it up to the seller? All right, he said we pitched seller financing, but he said what is counter at 165? Alrighty. I don't remember this at all. Was it like cash him out of their equity and sub to the mortgage? Was that the idea? All right. I'll at an event right now. All right. We'll just wing this. I don't remember any of this convo, but we'll see what we can do. We might look a little stupid.
Hello.
Hey, Brian, it's Eric. We spoke probably a couple weeks ago about that house on Bradley Street.
Eric, yes, how are you?
Good. How you been?
Good, good. How are you?
Good. Sorry, man. I just had so much going on, but now that the dust has settled, I wanted to revisit this deal and see if we could put something together.
Yeah, I think he countered back at 165. And I was like, wait, they're going to counter back. So I told him, when you counter back, I'll bring him something else.
Okay. I can't remember. Did I ask you if he was open to doing any seller finance?
Yeah, I think
Maybe not.
Probably not. No.
Or did this guy? I deal with so many of these. Was this Did he have a high mortgage balance?
He has no mortgage.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, 165. That just don't work for me.
Okay.
Would he hold paper on this if it came in at full ask?
You said what?
Would he do seller finance if I just gave him full ask, paid your commission, I paid the closing costs?
He might. He might. If you pay full price, he might do something like that. I would have to break it down and explain it to him so he fully understands how it really works. Because I'm pretty sure he doesn't understand how it works. But yeah, if there's one of those situations where, hey, you pull full price and you get.
Now it's coming back. I remember this.
It might work.
And he had a tenant in there, right?
Yes.
It was like 900 something a month.
1,000.
1,000 a month.
Yeah, 1,000. They're.
Oh, we can present a disgusting deal to this seller. Watch this.
Increase in the last 6 years, so they're probably due for one, and the state was probably.
We can make a deal that's hard to say no to. Watch.
So it shouldn't be no problem whatsoever. But if you want them to go, that's no problem. That's up to you.
Look, I think we got a perfect setup, perfect deal for this guy. Where my head's at is I can give him a payment that is probably more than what he's even making on this as a rental today.
Yeah.
So, he's collecting $1,000 a month. He's paying the tax, insurance, whatever else. He's probably netting maybe like 650, 7, so I could probably give him 8 as a true profit. So he's making more. He's making more profit on a monthly basis selling it to me on terms than keeping a normal tenant in himself.
Yeah.
That's hard to say no to. So he's making more money monthly and he sells it for more than what it's even worth because I'll give him the 189. And that's a home run for everybody.
Yeah. Okay, let me
Dom, we mixed it up. This isn't the leaseback property. That's a different deal.
Conversation with him and figure out what I can get him to move on and agree to it.
I'll explain this deal in a second. All right, awesome. Yeah, run it by and let me know.
All right, sounds good.
All right, appreciate you. Thanks, Brian.
Yep. Okay. Yep.
Yeah. He's a cool dude. All right, check this out. I love this. Every now and again, I come across these situations. So this is just a way to so check this out. This is going to be a way to just create a sweet deal for a seller, right? So, he's got it rented for $1,000 a month. I know this thing's going to rent for at least 1,600. To be honest, I might even be able to swing 18 out of this house. So what that does is because he's got a tenant way below market rent that he's had in there, for years, okay, he's got it rented for 1,000, take out tax, insurance, and any other expenses he's got, he's probably netting $600-700 a month. So if that's what he's profiting, I could say, yo, I'll give you $800 a month, right? So now he's instantly making more money. You're making more money. You don't deal with the tenants. You don't deal with the repairs. You don't deal with the vacancy. You don't deal with the eviction, and you make more money seller financing me this house than you being the landlord. Right? Do you understand that? So, dude, you're making $600-700 a month. I'll give you $800 a month, and I'm going to pay the tax, insurance, everything on top of that. So no headache, and you make more money, and you get a total figure that's more than what the thing's even worth. That's a hard deal to turn down. How do you say no to that? Unless he just wants all of his money, but that's not the case. The conversation's coming back. I think we got a real good shot at this, and I think what I love about this is exactly the stuff where I get no money down deals. It sucks that we got an agent in the mix, so there's some money involved, but there's no down. I'm not giving this guy a down payment because he doesn't need money to move. Right? That's the big thing. What I think Brian told us on the last phone call is if he can't sell it for a good number, he doesn't care. He's just going to keep renting the house because he's already retired. So this is like, I've done so many of these that these people, I just categorize them. And most of the deals that I've done are literally this exact situation. Tire landlord getting up in age, not even at market rent. And it's just easy, no money down. The other reason it's so easy to negotiate this as a no money down is because, dude, the home's dated. I could put $40,000 to fully update the house. I can't give you a down payment. I'm paying more than what it's worth, and I got to fully update the home. I can't give you a down payment. And he doesn't need money to move, so unless there's some other life event, the odds of getting this for literally zero out of pocket are very high. I would say a realistic 85% chance that we get this for free. Maybe higher. I can't remember the last time I had this situation and I didn't get the deal. like it's like that. So Tom, this is a good one, dude. This is a good one. Next step, do a follow-up with him tomorrow. So text him or call him and be like, yo, Eric filled me in about what you guys spoke about. Is the seller open to doing seller financing? Then reach back out to me if he is. And yeah, we'll piece that up. That's easy. I gave this to you on TikTok, Dom. So what do you want? Like, you want this house for yourself as a rental, or do you want to take a fee on it? Fee is amazing. All right. If your fee's not too crazy, I'd probably scoop this up off you. All right, let's see what he says, and then we'll take it from there. But this should definitely be an easy deal if he's open to seller finance, which I think he will. So, all right, that's I'm feeling good. A lot of good stuff for a Friday. I think this is the last in the chat. Zoom user. This is Scotty, right?
Yeah, Scotty.
Hey, man. You had texted me something, right, about this deal, but
yeah,
I wanted to hold off so I could speak to you on here. Let me just look at our text real quick.
Yeah.
Oh, this is what happened. He just texted me back right before this Zoom. He said, I'll take 19 on it. We hit him for 15. The hard part, I think it's going to be a hard deal to dispo because it's a trailer. You don't own the land, and it's a 55 up community. So it's like, this is like the worst combination of things going on here. Is it potentially doable? Yeah. I won't have a buyer for you on this deal. So the only thing you could do is connect with somebody with Investor Lift. There's a lot of us in here that have it. But they would be able to put it on the platform, and then they could access the buyers in Fort Myers. It's up to you. So we could either go 19, where my head's at is we say, all right, whatever, let's just go for it. Contract the deal at 19. Maybe you put 5 in your pocket on this. That's my guess. Or I call him and I pitch him on seller finance, and we try and get this as a free house for you, and then you just have it as a rental. And I would think you'd probably make $400 or $500 a month on this. So it's up to you. It's up to you. Whatever you want to do.
Okay.
I guess it's like a question of, do you want potentially roughly maybe $5,000 in your pocket? It could maybe be less. You might only get $2,000 or $3,000. But potentially 5 G's in your pocket on a wholesale deal, or try and pitch them on seller finance, and then you'll definitely make way more money.
Pitch them on a seller finance?
Yeah, if we pitch them on seller finance, I'd say, like, to convince them, give them full ask. I'll give you the whole $21,000, but I want no down payment on this deal. So you get it for no down payment. We shop it out as a rental, but we say, yo, this is instantly going to make you more money, because I say, as a rental, hey, I want $3,000-$4,000 as a non-refundable move-in fee. So you just literally got it for free. You pocketed 3-4 G's, and then you're making $400 or $500 a month as a rental.
Okay.
So
do you think he'll probably go for that? Because last time he talked to him, he was like, he just wanted to get rid of it because all the other ones wanted him to lease it or finance it and do all that stuff.
Oh yeah, that's true, right?
Yeah.
That. All right, so I guess the only thing we could do is swing on him for the 19. It's a cash deal, or I could try and talk him into the seller finance. But I'm pretty sure he was really adamant on not doing that. Right?
Yeah, because other other investors had asked him to do that, and he was like, no, he wanted to get rid of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, it's up to you. I mean, if you want me to call him and I could try and negotiate and get him at that 15, or just accept the 19. It's up to you.
Yeah, you could try, but if not, then the 19 would be. We could go with the 19 as a.
All right, let's see if I can get him at the 15.
Yeah.
Let's see. All right. 565. You remember the guy's name? If not, it's not a big deal.
I do not remember.
It's all good.
Yeah.
65. All right, here we go.
Hi, this is Jay.
Hey Jake, it's Eric. We just spoke the other day. Hey
James.
Hey James, it's Eric. I'm the guy on Impala, interested in buying it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was you that texted me, right? The 19, the counter to my 15.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, Eric, right?
Yeah. Yep. I wanted to see if we could just meet in the middle on that. If not, I am just gonna have to walk on it. So I mean, if you're willing to, I don't know, if you're willing to call it 17, we could get it done today, close in 3 weeks. But like I can't go up anymore. That's the absolute most. And these other people, I do have this other deal. So if we can't do something here, then I'm signing with them probably tomorrow.
Right. Okay. So this is a purchase as is without seeing it.
Yeah, no nonsense. I'll do a walkthrough, not an inspection. So I mean, as long as I can't tip it over, it's a done deal.
As long as you can't what? I'm sorry.
As long as I can't like walk up to it and tip it over, it's a done deal. So as long as
I thought you said something completely different. Never mind. Okay, I get it.
Yeah. So I mean, if you're good at the 17, I don't know if you have an agreement or an attorney that can write one up. If not, I have one. Obviously you could have an attorney review it, but it's straightforward. I mean, it'd be 17 cash. I don't know. I'd say if you're not picky on the title company, Investment Title, she used to work inside my office here in St. Pete. She would be the one that could probably expedite it and maybe pull it off in like 3 weeks. If you're not in a huge rush, a standard title company is going to be at least 30 days. So
you can't see your way to going to 18 a little more on my side.
To be honest,
halfway would be, that's less than halfway.
My partner was about to smack me when I told him like, yo, can we at least maybe meet him in the middle? So that's the most. Like I told you the first time, I really wanted to be at 10, but I'd make sense of this as a rental. 17 is the most though. That's it.
Right. Do it as a rental.
Is it? Are you the good?
Yeah. So they bought in this property before. Do they understand that? This is a private over 55 community that's gated, and they have to qualify with the office. I can't just sign it over and sell it to you. They have to, whoever's gonna buy it has to contact the office to do whatever it is. Whatever it is that they need you to do for the sale to be approved.
Yeah, that's all fine.
If you're renting it, then they would obviously want to have something to do with that. They need to know. So yeah, I'm sorry. What were you going to say before I cut you off?
I don't even know, but no, I would no, absolutely. Apply with the community, go through all their hoops. I bought another 55 and up communities. So and then the whole tenant thing, that's going to be after the fact, after this is all wrapped up, then I'll deal with them with that. What I was going to ask you is, are you the you're the only owner, right? Or is there anybody else involved?
I'm the only one on the title. Yeah, no one else involved.
I'm going to go for an assumption. Let's see if I could roll into an assumption.
And she passed. So the title is in my name now. It's either her name or my name. So so the title is mine. There's two titles because it's a double wide, so there's actually two titles.
Okay.
Did you know that?
I didn't know that. No.
There's actually two titles. So when you have a double wide, you get two stickers to put on the place, like one on each side. I don't know. It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. It must be a Lee County thing. If you haven't heard of it, maybe they don't do it up there in Pinellas. But are you in Pinellas County?
Pinellas, yep.
Yeah. I went to college up there. So
yeah, you got it. This is done.
And then I'll text you back or call you.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah, that's good. And then I guess the last question with that, there's two VINs then, right?
There's two what?
VIN numbers?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
On each, there would be one on each title. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, awesome. If you could, I hate to I'm not one to pressure people, but if you could just let me know like the latest by tomorrow morning. I just don't. If we can't do this, like that's totally cool, but I just don't want to miss this opportunity on the other one.
Right. No, I will contact you tonight.
Okay. All right. I really appreciate that. Awesome.
Okay.
All right.
Great.
Thanks, James.
All right. Thanks, Eric.
All right. Bye. No, you got that. That's a done deal. He's coming back and saying yes.
Okay.
Here, let me lock him in, and then when he hits me up tonight, I'll text you, and then it's a done deal. The only other thing, I don't know why I wasn't thinking of this beforehand. It's gonna be like it's not gonna be like a normal real estate title company that's closing out this deal because this is like technically a vehicle, So this is all transferred through the DMV. So it's like you're buying a car, pretty much.
Okay, so I got to go through the DMV.
Yeah, but your buyer will. You're not going to have to deal with that.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, let me lock him in.
Mm-hmm.
And when he texts me, I'll hit you back, and then we could send him over an agreement. And, and then you can start shopping it. I would say try and shop it on your own because obviously if you could find like your own buyer, that's going to be sweet. But if you can't, I would also have either Jerry and Rick or Ryan and Grant. They could put it on Investor Lift, and that's definitely your best shot at pulling it off.
Yeah. You said who? Jerry and Grant?
Are Jerry and Rick here? Let me see if they're here. No, I'm gonna throw you to Ryan and Grant. They've been like really active on Dispo. I'm gonna text you their cell phone. I'll text you Ryan's.
Yeah.
Is this first deal for you? Or?
Yeah.
Nice.
First deal.
Let's get this money. See if we can pull it off. All right, I just texted you Ryan's contact. You should see that. If you tell him like, yo, Eric told me to hit you up. I got a deal in Fort Myers. I'm working with him. He'll definitely, he got you.
Okay. And then how much should I list it for, like 21 or? Supposed.
I know. I don't like. What we'll do is like maybe once he first signs it, I'll ask him bring it up on Zooms. Then I'll ask him to take it off of Zillow.
Okay.
And now I'd maybe try and ask for like 24, 25 to start.
Mm-hmm.
You might have a shot at getting that.
Okay.
But again, this is just hard because it's 55 and up and a trailer and they don't own the land. So it just makes it it's not an appealing deal to an investor. Like those reasons alone, I'm just in my head, I'm like, no, I'm passing on that. I'm good. But there's buyers for everything. So you got a shot. It's worth, like Daniel's saying, it's a hard sell for sure. But with the power of Investor Lift and accessing tens of thousands of buyers, you have a shot at pulling it off.
Yeah.
So, Sweet man. I'll let you know when he hits me then. But I think you got that. I got confidence.
Appreciate it.
Yes. Yep. All right, guys. We can do a few questions, and then I do got to run. Jason, I see you in the chat. Can you speak quickly on Tom's status? I don't know what you mean by that. Or are you talking about tomorrow? Oh, take it off market. I've never seen that that acronym. To take it off market status, take it off market. Like, what do you mean by that? Like, you're seeing a deal and now it's taken off market? Is that what you mean? Like, I was looking at something, it was on and now it's off.
Correct. Yeah, when you're trying to flip a deal like this and you've already had it on market, or somebody's already had it on market for, like, let's say 21 grand right here, and then you immediately list it for 24. Somebody goes along on Zillow, come back and just see that it went for 21 on Zillow. So why would they, pay 24 for it?
Good question. I'm with you now. All right. So there's really only one reason somebody would buy it. Even though you're asking more than what it was listed for. And that reason is simply just because there's still meat on the bone. It's still a deal. There's still money to be made. From my experience, people do cry about that. You're asking 30 and it's on for 21. Yeah, people do cry about it. The only people that are, shedding some tears over that are the rookie investors. If you're a real seasoned player, if there's money to be made, who gives a crap what somebody contracted it for, even if it's over ask? Who cares? So I've sold many deals down here way over what it was listed for because there's money to be made. And you just got to paint the picture. Like, and the other thing too is it's like, if you don't want it, that's fine. I'm going to sell it to somebody else and they're going to make the money. Is my ARV right? Yes. Is my updates right? You agree with that? Yes. All right. So you pick it up for my $30,000. Is that not the return on investment you're looking for? So it's like, if your numbers are on point, then they're just being stingy as a cash buyer. That's really it. And then I just paint a picture like, look, if that's how you roll, then I'm not somebody we're not going to be doing business together, because there's going to be plenty of deals that I contracted and now I'm asking more than what is listed for. So like the seasoned guys, they don't care. Like the real players, it's more of the rookies. I've done a handful of flips and they're all upset that you're asking more than what it's up for, which is so stupid in my opinion.
Okay, real quick follow. How do you negotiate that with the agent, like during your inspection period when you're trying to market it?
To take it off market?
Yeah.
You just got to ask them, to be honest with you. Sometimes that could be hit or miss. Like, no, I'm not going to do that. I want to accept backups. But yeah, it just comes down to asking them like, hey, now that we're in contract, can you take it off the market? And I'll just like ask them to do that.
All right. Thank you.
If they ask why, be like, yeah, because I don't want somebody to try and come in and steal the deal or something like that. Yeah. Now, last thing I'll say on this though, like obviously, ideally, it's a lot better and easier if we can get it below market and then we're marketing it still below that list price. But if there's money to be made, somebody will buy it. Dom, best way to text me, I'll DM you myself. I got you. Alrighty. Any other questions?
Just shoot some more stuff in the partnership program.
Yeah, I think one of your sellers, somebody's sellers calling me. Hold on. Hey, Lou. Oh, hey Chelsea. Yes, you were in contact with my partner. Let me see if I can just pull that property you had listed. Hold on 1 second, Joe. I think this was you, right? Cuban.
Joe from the chat. It's Joe Joseph.
Yeah, it was the 51732 Cass County, or 1572 Cass Avenue, Palm Bay. Yeah.
I'm pulling it up now. You were in contact with Joe though, and it was the house. Bear with me 1 second. I'm pulling it up. It was. I'm not seeing it, Joe, in the chat. You didn't leave this chat and come back, right?
1572 Cass Avenue.
All right, I got it pulled up here. It was the 1572 Cass Ave in Palm Bay.
One's on the market for a short sale right now.
Okay.
We haven't gotten any offers on it. I think you guys were the ones that were saying you would what? Oh, okay, we'll try it again. I'm on the phone, baby. I think you guys, someone was texting me about it, maybe your partner. And he was telling me that you guys would assume the mortgage and then the rest of the payment, like there would be a payment installment plan or something. And then he asked me about like seller's financing and stuff. But what they're looking for, we're kind of just looking for someone to make an offer for what it's listed at or close to what it's listed at. And then I present that offer to the mortgage company for the bill and see if they're willing to accept it for a short sale.
Right. I think the miscommunication was, I think Joe was under the impression that they still had some equity. Or let me ask you this: are you familiar with Subject to at all? Okay, so one no, you're good. I'll be quick. I don't mean to bother you. So pretty much what I do is I like to go after these short sales. Instead of doing a cash deal, I buy them subject to the debt. And so really all that means is I would want to reinstate the loan and just take it over. And so the benefit for the sellers, I'll say this before, it's a lot easier than doing a short sale. So the reason I say that is because we don't have to deal with the bank at all. Right. So this is just an outright sale. There's no bank approval, no longer a short sale. And so in these situations, I pay the commission, all the closing costs. And that's really it. So I'm looking to take over the loan. With that, I guess depending how much it's going to cost me to reinstate that loan, if it's not a crazy number, like over 80 grand, then there's probably a good shot I can throw maybe 5-10 grand in the seller's pocket. So like the benefit for them is it's way faster than a short sale. I mean, this could close just like any other transaction, but it saves their credit. They don't have that 150 point hit as they would on the short sale, and they get 10 grand, 5-10 grand. So they get money, save their credit. So it's just a way better option for them. And as far as like ties to the property, that won't be the case. You know, the deed transfers, everything's in my name, and they walk away. You know, just as any other sale.
So what would be the risk for them then? Like,
yeah.
Because I know like someone, if you guys default on the payment,
Absolutely.
like go into your name and they wash their hands of it, or
Great question. I've done literally hundreds of these. Now I teach this to thousands all over the country. I get asked that question all the time. The biggest objections that you get with this is you have what's called the due on sale clause in every single loan, meaning if the deed transfers, the due on sale can be triggered, and that just means bank is saying, "Hey, we want our money," right? So there, you have that risk, and then you have the risk of, "Hey, what if Eric Schmidt, the buyer, what if he stops making the loan payments? That's going to hurt my credit." Right. And so you got a lot of people, these fly by night, like, oh, I learned this on YouTube. Now I'm going to go try and pull it off. And they have no clue how to properly structure these deals so everybody's protected. And so what I do is I could structure it so it's impossible. There's zero chance of a due on sale clause getting triggered. So that's completely eliminated. And then the other worry as far as like, what if he stops making the mortgage payment? Well, what we could do is set up a servicing company. That's a company that facilitates the payments, and we could have an escrow account with funds in place. So if it didn't come out, if the mortgage payment didn't come out of my bank account for whatever reason, then those escrow funds kick into place, preventing the loan from ever going into default. But obviously that's still one strike towards me. So it's structured so it's impossible for it to ever be called due, for the loan to ever go into default. And yeah, it just comes down to how it's pieced together, so everybody's protected. Every loan ever, doesn't matter what type of loan you have, they all have a due on sale clause. All that means is if D gets transferred, they have the option to call it due. That doesn't mean they call it due, just that they have the option. But like I said, we could set it up so that's impossible, so that's not even a possibility.
Okay. Talk to my broker about it because I would want his opinion on it. You know, he's dealt with a lot of these type of situations before, short sales and all that. So he was the one that recommended to list it as a short sale. And obviously with the mortgage companies agreeing to allow us to do that. So they are working with us. They've been working with us since they moved. To talk to my broker, did you guys send me an email before kind of explaining everything and how it would work? I really don't remember. I've gotten so many calls from people like you.
Yeah, we did. Do you want me to re-forward it to you?
Well, yeah, if you could re-forward it to me, that would be great. I'll talk with him again about it and just, I don't know, talk to the sellers too and see if that's something they're looking to do.
Yeah, just let me know. You know, like I said, it might sound complex, but I'm telling you, after you do one with me, you'll be like, oh my gosh, that was the easiest transaction. This is easier than a cash transaction, which sounds crazy. You know, so if we do one and you do other short sales in the future, I buy all over the state, all over the country. So, I mean, you pulled this one off. I'm telling you, you're going to call me every single time you come across another one of these. That's what I told you guys, that big game, big game. Well, you know, these properties, they owe more than what it's even worth. I'm guessing that's the case on this one too. So I just hold them as rentals. Once there's enough equity, update, refinance, pay off the mortgage. Self-managed. Yep.
He is property management in Brevard County. So, and there's properties all throughout the county.
That's cool. Maybe we work something. All right, I'll let you go. You got your kids. I'll send you that email and then just reach out to me. Let me know what your broker's saying, the seller, and I'm telling you, if we could piece this together, this will be good for everybody. All right, awesome. Thank you so much. Bye. All right, just forward that email. I think there's a good shot you're going to have to end up calling the seller to sell that deal, but that's fine. I'm more than happy to do that. All right,
Your email should be on the Zillow listing. I'll ask for it, but yeah, thank you.
Was somebody asking me a question before that call came in, or no? We good? All right, let's handle this last deal real quick. Adrian, what's the update on it?
Nothing. You tried calling on Tuesday. I called yesterday and today again, and I'm not getting a response. Yeah, so.
Dang. And it's the agent we're trying to get a hold of. You sent them a contract. They were supposed to sign it, and now we can't get them on the phone.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. This is Coco Pa?
Yes.
Okay. Have you tried calling the owner on this?
No, I haven't.
If we don't get him on this, then that's definitely where we got to go next. I'll try him 3 times, though.
Please leave your message for 66.
Still nothing, huh?
One more. 3rd call. It's still early there, too, right? What is it, like 3:30?
Yeah, 3:30.
Yeah. Now it's like not even ringing.
Yeah, she had said last week she had like a family emergency or something. So I don't know if that's it or they're just not interested. And if she's not telling me, I don't know.
I'm almost leaning towards like an emergency because she doesn't have me locked in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, that's literally 4 call attempts on her. Yeah, skip trace and try the owner. That's really next up.
Yeah, the only reason I haven't called the owner is just because I'm an agent as well, and I mean I don't want to run into any issues if she reports me for doing that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, how does that work exactly? Are you not allowed to?
I'm not too sure. I don't think you're allowed to do that legally, but I mean I barely got my license 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, so you know I'm still learning myself.
Getting the
honestly.
license is hard, man. That real estate license is not easy.
Yeah, I didn't know about any of this investing stuff, you know, and I initially got my license, but now I'm like, you know, I want to, you know, like you said, being an agent, you know, it's providing a service. It's not really investing in real estate, you know. So I've learned so much more just being on this Discord with you than I have, you know, dealing with, you know, having my license. So
Yeah, I appreciate that. All righty. Well, if you can get a seller's number, I'm happy to call him next week too. If you don't speak to him before then.
cool, appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. All right, guys. Any other final questions? I guess we feeling good.
Partnership program up.
Yeah, come on, guys. Let's get some more deals going, some leads flowing. Let's make some money.
Have you gotten a lot of leads so far?
Not, to be honest, I thought you guys were going to send more. I think 11 or 12 came in yesterday and like 1 or 2 today.
I sent in one today.
Okay. But you guys
I'm
don't have an opportunity.
I'm working on another one right now.
Is the guy that I'm blanking on who sent me this, but one of you guys, somebody in our community, sent a deal that they have in contract in Illinois. Are you here? No? All right. That's all right. Joe, you got your hand up?
I was just going to get her email and then I guess try to set up another meeting for next week, Tuesday or Thursday. Maybe.
Who, Chelsea?
Oh, yeah, with Chelsea, yeah.
Shoot her a text tomorrow because she's like with her kids and whatnot. So I wouldn't be surprised if it just like slips her mind to ask the broker. Shoot her a text like tomorrow midday and just be like, hey, you spoke to Eric about us taking over the mortgage. Have you spoke to the seller or your broker about that yet? And that'll remind her to actually have that convo. And then Tuesday, yeah, I can call them up.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. All right, sweet. Guys, let's get some new deals. Let's see what we could do Friday over the weekend, and then we'll get back to it. Just so some of you guys know too, I'm me and potentially Terrell, we're gonna look to blow up another wholesale company and do it virtual. So that will be an option on the table if any of you guys looking to join the team. A lot of growth potential too, I would say. So just throwing that out there. All right, guys, enjoy the tomorrow, Friday. Enjoy the weekend. And I'll see you guys Tuesday next week.
Thank you.
All right, guys, have a great night. I'll see you guys then.
Thank you so much.
See you guys.
Be safe out there, guys.